I've lived my whole entire life in Palmy, Texas, with my mom, my older brother, and my younger sister. Now, growing up, I always looked up to my older brother. So he's 8 years older than me, and he was in high school, but when I was in elementary. So I would always hear about him playing football and how the team was the greatest team that La Jolla has ever had. And I always wanted to be that. I always wanted people to talk about me the way that they talked about my brother. And track just came along because my coach said that's gonna be the sport that's gonna get you better for football. If you want to be La Jolla's best running back ever, you have to be able to run fast. And I said, okay, I agree, you know, I could do that. So in high school, my freshman year, I didn't make varsity football. I was too small, but I did make varsity track. And then the years to follow, there was a lot of hurdles in the way. There was a lot of problems that I dealt with. A lot of them were injuries. So my junior year, I had an Achilles tendon strain. My senior year, second game of football, finally had gotten my chance to be able to prove to myself, improve to my brother, improve to my city, that I was going to be the best running back La Jolla had ever seen. That year, I actually moved up to first string running back. I break a 30-yard run, and 5 yards before I get to the end zone, the free safety comes across and clips me on the knee and gets caught between somebody chasing me from behind and the free safety. So I flip over and I tear my ACL, my MCL, and my meniscus. That's when I fell to the ground and I let go of the ball and let go of my football career. A week later, they got me into the surgery room and they were able to repair most of it. 2 days later, they got me into rehab. And by then, I guess the morphine had already worn out, so a lot of the pain started setting in. And those were the hardest days of my life. So it felt bad. I didn't have the freedom that I had when I used to run or I used to jump. For 6 months, I just worked. I worked as hard as I could to be able to come back because I had one thing left, and that was track. 6 months after, a week before district, and they cleared me to actually do all my events, and that's when I started doing long and triple again. And I was so happy. I was so happy that they allowed me. I PR'd in all my events. I did better than I had ever done before, and that's because everybody thought I wasn't gonna come back, not from this injury. So coming to college, I was looking for a spot in which I could have my school paid for, which I thought was always gonna get paid for through athletics, and that wasn't the case. So I ended up coming here, no hopes of doing track or anything else. And I had a friend in the team. He said, why not? You know, why not walk on? I got in front of Coach Xavier Richardson. So at the end of the interview, he kind of like glances my way and he's like, why should I let you in the team? And at that moment, I felt like all the years that I had struggled, all the things that I had done, all that I had pushed was for nothing. And I was getting asked this question like he didn't know me. So I wanted to let him know exactly who I was with my last final answer. And I said, you should have me on the team because you'll never have somebody else that works just as hard as I do. Nobody else will ever give you 100% every single day like I will. And I said, you won't regret it. So he looked my way again and he said, I'll be in touch. So 3 years went by that I've been competing here in university. Fourth year comes around. Now it's my senior year. I feel a lot better. I felt a lot stronger. I was running faster than I ever ran. So I was ready for the year. And I was even happier at the fact that Coach Xavier Richardson had told me he had finally gotten a jump coach for us because the man was doing everything. And that's when Coach Claire Brooks came in.
When I first arrived here on August 22nd, I had a meeting with Coach Richardson, who's the head coach, and he talked to me about all the student athletes that are on the track team, especially the jumpers. And as he was going through the list, one of the main people he mentioned to me was Gonzalez.
Coach Claire Brooks has helped me with my speed and my technique for the jumping, and it's helped me out a lot. Indoor season, I actually hit an indoor PR and an outdoor PR. So I went 14.55 meters, that's 47.7 feet. So it was good, I was excited. I knew that the season was gonna be great.
Mar is a go-getter. He doesn't care who he's competing against. If it's Texas, Texas A&M, Texas State, LSU, he doesn't care. He wants to go out there and battle. He wants to go out there and represent UTRGV to the best of his ability. I think he's going to be successful no matter what he does. If someone gives him a very tough assignment and they say it's going to take you 60 days, I'm sure he'll probably knock it out half of that time, within 30 days. I think he could become a coach, and if he does become a coach, I think it's going to be a fantastic program. I think he's going to run a good, clean program, but an honest program as well.
I've been willing to be able to do whatever it takes to be able to contribute to the team one last time at my last outdoor conference championship, which I'm glad, and I take pride in the fact that it's going to be here this year at the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley. That is great. That's an honor. So it's just off to the big races now.